There is a reason algorithms work so damn well. It's not even that complicated. They feed you 100-to-1 cocktail of things you already believe, with each new video adding just a little bit more sensational poison to keep you on the platforms. It's been called going down a rabbit hole, but let's be honest, it's more like going up a butthole. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, it's not a mystery. They want you glued to their platform. They want you to never leave. So what do? They mainline pure, uncut, confirmed bias into your brain until it turns into pudding. So you never leave. And do you like pudding? How about putting this? And it works because Americans are lonely. They're the loneliest they've ever been. The whole idea of a real life community for you to have is about as dead as our democracy. So instead of friends, what do you get? You get a feed so you can eat. Okay, maybe long ago, maybe I'm just getting old. So in the past, when you were out grabbing a drink with friends in the real world, you know, Gary would muster it up and he would say, did you guys know that the trust funder president was actually an undercover Fed this whole time? He was actually an undercover Fed with Epstein. Can you believe it? And you know what would have happened to Gary immediately? He would have got roasted.
I'm Gary. Don't mean to my tangerine boyfriend.
Hey, Dr. Gary, prescribe us all with your made-up disease again. What was it, IBS?
No, it's not IBS. It's GDS. Get it right. You know what I mean? Dr. Gary over here, who thinks covalent bonds are a new type of indie band, is now an expert on mass political psychosis. That's the world we live in. Have you ever been told you had TDS by one of these chuds? And in the olden days after this, maybe a little bullying is not so bad, Gary would go home and he would sit there and he'd say, maybe I am a dumbass. But today, Gary doesn't even go out with those friends. And if he even looks for those friends on his Facebook page, if he even looks for family members on his Facebook page, he doesn't see it. All he sees is a stream of videos, a stream of content that is holding his hand. From the algorithm, they know who Gary is. I don't think it's very hard to figure out a Gary if you've ever had a Gary in your life. And the algorithm says, no, sweetie, it's not you. You were right all along. Watch these 100 videos to confirm that. They're all the crazy ones. Here's Joe Rogan for you. It's the Skinner meme in real life. My videos that Gary might need to see have been surgically removed from his algorithm probably 5 years ago, you know? And it's because YouTube knows that if Gary runs into too much content that challenge his point of view of the world, that challenge any of the stupid stuff he's been saying, he will just go home like he did from that bar. He will go home and he will jack off into his favorite coffee cup. And eventually some of these weirdos get into power and they start taking things from their feed while being, Speaker of the House, and they spout it off as fact.
He was an FBI informant to try to take this stuff down. The president knows.
He was an FBI informant, Gary. Looking back, I'm thinking participation trophies and anti-bullying campaigns might have not been the best idea, right? Look at what happens when they lose. Look at that last election, the last time they lost. They didn't reflect. They didn't gain character. They didn't regroup. They stormed the Capitol, thousands of Karens demanding to speak to the manager. Nancy, come out here. You know what I mean? An entire party of Karens demanding a participation trophy for losing. If anyone ever needed some bullying, it's this dweeb right here, making laws because his imaginary friends are telling him to do it. His imaginary friends in the sky are telling him how to run the country, not his constituents. Anyone honestly look at the head of the FBI who wrote a children's book for the president and see anything beyond a participation trophy? And that seems like a perfect time to introduce you to today's sponsor. Stop leaving yourself vulnerable to data breaches and brokers. Go right here Go to my sponsor, Aura.com, the Chud Report, and you'll get a 14-day free trial and see if any of your data has been exposed. Have you ever Googled yourself? Your information is everywhere. It's just sitting there waiting for criminals, and now even shady political operatives to grab it. A couple weeks ago, a whistleblower at the Social Security Administration revealed that personal data of hundreds of millions of Americans was recklessly uploaded to a vulnerable cloud server. And guess which one of the most notorious DOJ operatives? You remember DOJ? Big Balls. Big Balls uploaded all your Social Security information onto an unsecure cloud, so it is gone. This 19-year-old political operative just handed every piece of information someone needs to steal your identity. Someone needs to open a credit card in your name. Someone that can completely destroy your credit. The moves violated multiple federal statuses and, according to the whistleblower, will result in a catastrophic impact. So what's this administration's plan to fix this catastrophic screw up? I'll give you one guess what their plan is. Do-woo, do-woo. It rhymes with not a damn thing. And that's why you need someone to watch your back. You need someone who thinks your data problems matter. You need Aura today. Aura monitors the dark web 24/7. It alerts me instantly when my personal information is exposed. If one of these people tries to open a credit card, open a bank account in my name, Aura notifies me right away. It's not a buried email. They send it to me seconds after it happens. From outright malicious attacks to the constant scam calls. I don't get scam calls anymore. Aura has never been more critical. And they don't just stop there. They'll hunt down the data brokers selling your information and file opt-out requests. It looks like this. My inbox is full of these every day. They're out there getting me off these lists, slashing off the scam calls before they even get started. And listen to this. Aura is so confident in their protection, they offer up to $5 million. You heard that right. $5 million in identity theft insurance if the worst happens. And trust me, in this climate, in this atmosphere, you need to prepare yourself for the worst happening. Give Aura just a couple weeks and you'll stop seeing your info plastered all over these sketchy sites. What does that mean? Less spam, less risk, more peace of mind. Put my link right here. Make sure you put in my name. Make sure you get your favorite podcast credit for it and try 14 days for free. You have nothing to lose and honestly so much to gain. That'll be enough time for Aura to find out if any of your personal data is exposed. The head of the Department of Defense. Oh, sorry. The Department of War. An alcoholic who could barely keep his job at Fox News. Hitting band members with random axes. He couldn't even do that. Okay, remember? That guy had to quit the military and go on disability because Pete Hegseth threw an axe and it missed because he was drunk. Somewhere in there is a metaphor for where the United States currently is. So Gary, why would they call it the Department of War? When Trump's out there, he solved every war. He'll tell you, I came in, I solved every war, all 38 wars or whatever the line is. Why would they rename it from defense if that's what's going on? Hey, Gary, where you go? Gary needs to get back to his algorithm. He needs to get to his coffee cup because, Gary has tears. And sometimes things poke through, so Gary gets to see the government take down TV shows, take down comedians, make comedy legal again.
Bring hate speech laws to this country. And trust me, if that does happen, there is never a more justified moment for civil disobedience than that, ever, and there never will be.
Gary gets to watch masked men in the street disappear people, so what does Gary do? He leans into something that worked for him once 23 years ago.
Both sides are bad.
Yeah, I agree.
Both sides are bad. Both sides voted for the wars. Yeah, Hillary Clinton did vote for the wars. So on that issue, when Gary said that, there was an ounce of truth in it. Even back then, these both siders couldn't parse out this guy, Obama, who never voted for it. They couldn't parse out this guy, Bernie, who never voted for it. It was both sides because this lady voted for it. It was both sides when a president used the attack on the United States to start a personal war. It was both sides to them. They clapped a bit. So that night, 23 years ago, Bro didn't have to use his favorite coffee cup. He got to use Courtney. And back then, that intellectually lazy take won him the night. Right? He remembers it fondly. Back in 2002, that's when he did it. And he's been using both sides since at least W. Both parties are bad. Both parties are the same. Check out how nuanced I am. Check out how special I am. And while I agree with the latter, you're definitely special, Courtney unfortunately moved on to someone who could develop thoughts deeper than a parrot. Or as Gary described their breakup, she became a real bitch. Both sides are the same, Jimmy Kimmel. You remember what they did to Roseanne? You remember what they did? Who is they? Roseanne called a black woman Obama's former advisor a monkey. Here's what the head of ABC looked like who fired her. This isn't the FCC or deep state. This is being a huge racist when your boss is a black woman. On the other hand, Trump used a government agency, the FCC, run by this goon right here. Is that an American flag he's wearing on his shirt? Oh no. Oh no, that's a golden picture of Donald Trump's profile. He's wearing a dictator pin. Both sides. Both sides.
Well, I'm logging on to Facebook, got my picture framed just right. Me in the front seat looking sharp in the morning light. Logging on to Facebook, got my profile pic just right. It's me in the front seat, everyone can see I'm white. Makes me look real smart and bright. Get ready for my hot takes. I just ate 9 hot cakes, cracking my knuckles, feel the tension grow. Hey, hey, hey. See you post about the army streets and Kimmel off the air. Grandpa screaming fascist, but I just don't really care. They say the DOJ's a weapon, calling Dems a threat. ICE is grabbing people, news is a lousy bit. Oni says this is tyranny, Uncle hollers hell yeah. I post a gif of popcorn cause I'm too nuanced to care. Some say one side's a dumpster fire threat and all that's dear. The other side's also not great, at least that's what I hear.
Both sides, both sides. I remember when eggs were like $20 because Joe Biden put a tax on them. Does everybody remember that? You know, and now eggs are like $5 because there's no tax. Plus there was something about like a pronoun. I think there was an adverb in there. You know what I mean? I'm not sure what an adverb is, but I don't think you should be calling people adverbs. Anyway, let's get back to the song. Both sides, kind of catchy, right? Let's finish it off. Both sides, both sides, both sides.
It's both sides, you see, it's both sides. The screaming left, the nutty right. Who knows where truth resides? Reps warned the Dems would cancel jokes, then they canceled comedy twice. Check out my big brain, check out my small peen. I've been preaching both sides since '03. Both sides are just as dumb as me. So I'll sip my cold beer and watch the circus unfold. Politically neutral with an ego tenfold. Both sides, my friend, they're all the same. Raise a toast to me, I'm above the game. Both sides are just as dumb as me.
And during an election year, both sides can make you famous. It's a seasonal job. But it's good work if you can get it. Remember these guys sitting backwards during Biden's commencement speech? They were definitely fans of the both sides. Intellectual laziness. Sit backwards while Biden gives your commencement speech at the college because you were super serial. They were super serial concerned about Palestine. Have Fox News build you up. Because it's a primary season, so you're special for these 2 weeks. They're going to plaster your face all over there. Yeah, hey, buddy, you're famous. Look, even Bill Maher's got a take on you. Now, where's this guy right now? Huh? No one cares. Literally no one cares who he was or where he was. Not even Fox News, because they don't need him. He's gone. Where is Palestine now? It's gone. And this guy, as well as these people, they all know there is a cottage industry for black people to make white people feel better about the extremist views. But if you get on TikTok or even here on YouTube, Facebook, you'll see it's a very crowded space. And it's often, like I said, just seasonal. It only really booms every 4 years. I wonder why. But it's good work if you can get it. But if you want to get on Fox News with these both sides hot takes, Unfortunately, their DEI hires have been hired already, right?
My name is Lawrence Jones, and I've been at Fox for 3 years. When someone is hearing about Fox News, I think the elephant in the room is they don't expect someone that looks like me.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the elephant in the room and not the entire purpose of why you were hired. Can you believe it? A news company that shattered all the ratings going against the first black president. Can you believe it? They hired a black guy like me to say that's all okay. Jones has one job there, right?
Welcome back to Fox News.
And if you look over the years, his major assignments are covering drugs because, he must be an expert. When people turn on TV, they don't expect people like me. Oh yeah, and he likes to play dress up too. Look at that tiny little vest. Was this picture taken on a trip to the Middle East? Is he in an active war zone right now with his tiny little vest? No, he's in San Diego surrounded by cops, but he needs a bulletproof vest. So I'm sorry, backward sitting guy. I know you had ambitions, but he's already covering for you. All right? They already have him. They don't need another one. It's kind of weird I'm here as he sits there and listens to proposals to kill homeless people.
Billions of dollars to mental health and the homeless population. A lot of them don't want to take the programs. A lot of them don't want to get the help that is necessary. You can't give them a choice. Either you take the resources that we're going to give you or you decide that you're going to be locked up in jail. That's the way it has to be now.
Or involuntary lethal injection or something. Just kill him.
Yeah. Why did it have to get you see his face? Look at his face. He wants to say something, but he knows he can't say something because it's really weird. You turn on here, you expect why a guy like me is here. Why would you turn on a channel? Why would he think it would be weird on a news network for you to turn on and see a black guy on that news network unless that news network was explicitly racist? He sits there. His whole shtick here is homeless people, drugs, crack. They have an assignment where they send him out to pick up crack baggies. And the guy next to him, without a beat, says he wants to euthanize homeless people. And you can see he almost talks back. But he doesn't because he knows his role. It's weird. Why am I here? This survey of governments around the world by the New York Times puts the Republican Party clear over there to the right. And this was 2019. And I want you to think about the 2019 Republican Party. It still had rails on it. It still had some adults in the room. And I want you to compare that to the masked men in the street, the RFK Juniors in health.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says some of his recent health struggles were caused by a worm that entered his brain, ate some of it, and then died.
This, whatever this is with the FBI, a drunk running the Department of Defense and putting troops on American streets. And I want you to think where that is today. This is a result of social media algorithms and a Republican Party that insists on participation trophies for everyone on their side. I mean, for every brain fart they've ever had. And some of these brain farts even became animated. They got elected to Congress. I mean, she's beautiful, but she's a fart. The algorithm brought you here to watch this video today. There's no other way for me to explain it. And if you don't agree with most of what I say, I implore you to somehow get back to this channel. I implore you to stay here, to comment, to tell me what you think, and to try to fight against it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. My name's MJ. I'm your host. If you want to support this channel, we're picking up on members because I'm doing lives. So I get to see the members. They're highlighted so I get to talk to you. Make sure you become a member. I think it's like $3.99. And also check out Aura. Aura's been a sponsor of ours for almost a year now. So I've been using it. It helps. So make sure you check that out. And that's all I got.
My name is Lawrence Jones, and I've been at Fox for 3 years. When someone is hearing about Fox News, I think the elephant in the room is they don't expect someone that looks like me.